rising, falling in waves over time. These waves are calling on me to unwind. It's easy to fall behind, believing there's nothing to find. Oh, let's go dancing in the wind. Make the waves so I can finally swim. I'm drifting, flying to live by the sea. The sails we're tying will forever be. It's easy on those who are free. Believing in make-believe. Oh, let's go dancing in the wind. Make the waves so I can finally swim. Waves are calling to save what's gone. Waves are calling to take us home. Oh. Yeah, absolutely. And that's as well, that's why you don't want to necessarily say exactly what all of your songs are about, because I think that takes away the sort of the personal aspect it has on everybody. You know, you can have a rough idea what a song's about, but if you just say this is exactly what it is, this is what this lyric means, and some people love to pick your song apart, you know. What did you mean by that? What did you mean by this? And I just like to, you know, little bits, but you don't want to say everything, because I think it can ruin it. Somebody might think the song's about, I don't know, somebody's passed away or something, and the song could not be about that at all. And then they find that out and they'll go, oh, you know? So, yeah. It's pretty powerful though that everybody can have their own interpretation of a song. You don't want to take that away from anybody, you know? Well, the first one I saw was the Hotel California album, The Eagles. And I honestly became so obsessed with the Eagles. I don't think I've ever been so obsessed with a band or artist in my entire life so far. And they were played a little grown up. My dad would play them, but I never really got into it until I was maybe 17, 18. And I have the record myself. and I just played it on loop. And it's one of those things as well, but when I discover something new that I really like, I just keep playing it till I'm tired of it. I'm still not tired of the Eagles. I absolutely love them. I love their harmonies, their songs, the fact that it's rock but it's also country, and it's a mix of stuff. And I love that they can all sing really well. I think that's really rare, that in a band they could all sing a solo. Yeah, I'm still obsessed, I think. I'm realising now. I still love them. Yeah. So that was a definite. When I saw that on the wall, I thought, the Eagles has to be that one. And then, came across Songbird, Fleetwood Mac. And that one just took me back to early high school. I think that's when I first heard the song. And I love it. It's actually probably one of my favourite songs of all time. It's like a first dance song, but doesn't get played too often, you know. And I used to cover it as well, and play it not very well on guitar when I was probably about 12 or something. But yeah, I'm a big Fleetwood Mac fan as well, and I'm listening to more of their stuff recently. Actually, I kind of go and come back to stuff that I've already listened to, because you kind of tire it out and then you go back to it. I'm back to Fleetwood Mac again. I do love them. But yeah, Songbird is one of my top favourite songs, I think, ever. So yeah, they really, both of those spoke to me. So can I pick just one? Can it be two, please? I think more recently I've been trying to get into um, listening to people that have really good lyrics and really good stories. And I have actually realised that the Eagles, their songs are amazing, and the stories and the lyrics that they use are amazing. And I think it's been a bit of a subconscious thing that I've put into my songwriting. But when I hear them, I always kind of go for I listen to the melodies, I pay attention to their melodies instead. And I don't know why that is. And their harmonies, I'm always really drawn to that, I think, first. But I've actually recently been listening to Birdie, and she has a new album out, and I hadn't really given her much thought before, and it's just amazing. Her lyrics, that was what drew me to it, was her lyrics, the storytelling. It's something that I do try to do in my own songs. Tell a story, and it does come fairly naturally most of the time. I think if I force it, it just doesn't work. It has to be a natural thing for me with lyrics. And in terms of my songwriting process, I always have lyrics first. So I am a lyricist, I just don't always think I am, but I am. I always have lyrics. I have lyrics, just huge notes on my phone, and then I'll go back to them and I'll think, right, what's a good chords for this, what's a good melody, and it kind of comes together, is usually how it all works. But yeah, lyrics are really important, and Songbird that we were talking about, absolutely beautiful lyrics. Beautiful song, love it. There could have been stuff happening in Dunfermline that I wasn't that aware of. I don't really remember thinking there was much of a scene so many years ago, but I mean, there could have been, and I was maybe just in my own little bubble, which seems to be a thing. But yeah, actually going over to Edinburgh, there was a music scene there, and I was studying music, so you were around all these musicians who knew other musicians who were in bands. You were going to see a gig every other night. And I think that was the biggest learning process, the whole thing, just taking it in, the live music and getting to know everybody, networking. I got a lot from that. And so I definitely kind of merged my way into that scene a couple of years into studying, and played about in sort of Cowgate area. And yeah, and then I would go back home, and there's a scene. Their scene's been doing really, really well. And I think because I was then kind of in it and focusing on it, I was aware that there was stuff happening at home in Dunfermline, and did some gigs there as well before everything kind of shut down. It was just picking up actually, and then it just kind of shut down. But yeah, hopefully, since things are picking back up again, I can kind of get a little bit more part of the Dunfermline music scene. I would like to do that. It's obviously where I'm from, and I feel like I missed it a little. Yeah. I'm a very optimistic person, um, and can be annoyingly optimistic. I really try and see the best in everything. And so when we went into lockdown, I was thinking, right, it doesn't mean music can't still be happening. It doesn't mean you can't still be songwriting. That's what I'm going to do. So I was just writing loads of songs. And I feel like everything online music, streaming as well, I think that benefited quite a bit, because I think a lot of folk were bored, and more people, I think there was a higher chance they were going to listen to your songs and watch the videos that you were putting out there and watch your live streams. Obviously the downside is that you didn't have that interaction, real life interaction, a real life audience. We all probably missed that. But there were a lot of pros, I think, maybe outweighed the cons in that way. That's maybe just more how I think. But I think it was a good time to sort of get some good songs written and recorded. I managed to record just when things opened up a little bit in October, I think, roughly around that time, maybe September. So yeah, I think there's been a lot of blessings in disguise in the last year. But yeah, I've missed gigging. And I suppose from now and the way things are going, I just want to get gigging again. I know I literally said that in May 2020 in your quote, but yeah, I think maybe January onwards it's hopefully going to get busy. And that's what I'd like to be doing. I want to be, touring. I want to be touring and meeting other bands and artists and kind of learning from them and supporting each other. I think that's what it's all about. And engaging with an actual audience. Yeah, that's my plan anyway. It's just to get out gigging, have a bit of fun as well, Yeah, well, I am very aware of that as well. When I'm writing a song, I'm thinking, I don't know who's going to be listening to this. I don't know how many folk are going to be hearing this. I suppose when you put it on Spotify as well, that's it for anybody to really hear. So there's a little bit of pressure there, just to make sure that you're saying the right things and you mean the right things as well in the messages that I kind of come about. Yeah, that's really, really, I never really thought about that when you hear it in the car and it kind of speaks to you. I love that. So true. Aha, all right, okay, yeah. I kind of like to look at life lessons and what address what I've learned from them and put them in a song so that other people can that happened and this is the light at the end of the tunnel. It's all very positive thinking. I try and put that in my songs. Yeah, I really focus on that. Even if it's something that I want to write about that's sad, I'll always try and finish it on a happy note, just so that anybody listening, they're not left feeling sad, they're left feeling a bit more positive. That's what I'm into just now. It wasn't like that before COVID or anything. It's kind of happened in this last year. Everything I'm writing just now, everything I'm focusing on is all turning something into a positive. Yeah, it sounds really cheesy actually. Come and go again. This is not the end, and I hope you found all that you could. Whisper in the words, done singing with the birds, and you know that it's time to feel good. Contemplating on your mind, I swear you'll do what's right play a game. Who makes it out the same, with secrets and hopes for themselves. Later at the bar, with secrets running far from truths that are dying to tell. Contemplating on your mind, I swear you'll do what's right with open eyes. Vision was hazy all this time. Seeing is crazy with open eyes. Vision was hazy all this time. Seeing with open eyes. Contemplating on your mind, I swear you'll do what's right with open eyes. Open eyes. Open eyes. Open eyes. Open eyes. Come and go again. This is not the end.